This is Benjamin Rush. He was a founding father of America. He signed the Declaration of Independence. He's someone many people haven't heard of. You know, you've heard of Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Henry Pat. You've heard of those names, but he's not one that you've heard of. But he had some pretty strong statements, even for George Washington, about, you know, his opinion on things. But I think there's a quote that's most definitely important for our current time, and it's something he said. He's also there's a Rush Hospital in Chicago. It was named after him. I was born there. Unless we put this is what Benjamin Rush said, unless we put medical freedom in the Constitution, the time will come when medicine will organize into an undercover dictatorship to restrict the art of healing to one class of men and deny equal privilege to others. It will be the constitute of the Bastilla of medicine. All such laws, un-American and despotic, have no place in a republic. The Constitution of this republic should make special privilege for medical freedom as well as religious freedom. And what do we have going on right now? Exactly one of the things he feared. Medicine is now taken on a model of DEI. And DEI is about saying that the white people have caused health disparities. The white people are bad. Because this system of special interest groups, and this is the reason why I have both sides that want to cancel me, right? Because you know, unless you agree with everything Donald Trump does, and I agree with a lot of what he says and what he stands for, but when I don't agree, then all of a sudden that side wants to cancel me. The side that says, no, we should just do whatever somebody says. Then there's the left, which we know that they've been on board because they openly support silencing people. And then we have Elon Musk, who wants to take on this victim role of some sort. I don't know, because he posts how that big tech is controlling the CEOs of social media and coercing them. Okay, well, you're not a victim. If you've been coerced by it, it means you're weak. It means you don't want to let everybody on your platform have the same amount of reach and speech. So you don't care about the First Amendment because you'd rather be swayed by big tech, which is being controlled by three-letter agencies of medicine, of special or intelligence agencies, and government special interest groups. So then if you're a CEO of big tech and you allow yourself to be coerced, then it just means you're a sellout. Now, I'm not judging. We have all been sellouts to one degree or another. There's nobody in America that hasn't sold out to some degree. We have, especially when you live paycheck to paycheck and you need a paycheck, okay? So I'm not judging here, but don't take a victim stance or act like you have no choice when you always have a choice. You have a choice to whether you are going to allow people, most especially in America, to have freedom of speech and reach. So when it shows on your platform that you'll take accounts down, whether they're on the right or the left, whether you will take accounts down because or you won't allow access of reach, then you are somebody that doesn't align with the Constitution. And in my opinion, and this goes back to special interest groups, okay? Special interest groups are what has destroyed this country. I mean, there's so many things that have, but one of those being special interest groups. We have a special interest group, all of nursing. We have a special interest group of medicine. They call themselves associations. They call themselves nursing or medical associations. They call themselves nursing unions. We have the special interest group of LGBTQ, okay? We have the special interest group of, the Republican Party, the Democrat Party. We have the special interest group of every single thing. And yet, as long as you say, I'm going to stand with this special interest group, I support them, then what you're saying is I don't stand with everyone in America being equal, because the very fact that they're a special interest group means they believe that they're special and that they are more special than the rest of everybody else, and that they do not see themselves as equal. So really, no president, nobody really that stands for the Constitution should stand with special interest groups, because you're standing then with a group of people that you think are more special than everyone else in society. I don't know if that makes sense, but just saying. A little bit more to know about Benjamin Rush is that he believed that although the war was over with Britain, that they were still the people that believed in slavery. So when the DEI assholes, okay, because that's what they are, just racist, when the DEI model wants to say that the founding fathers were racist, no, the founding fathers knew who the racists were. They knew who the slave owners were. And Benjamin Rush said that he kept writing to Britain about their problem with having slaves. So when you want to see how America had slaves, it's not because of our founding fathers. It was because of Britain. Yes, it was because of Britain. Rush believed that while America was free from Britain rule, the American Revolution had yet to finish, as expressed in his 1787 address to the people of the United States. The American War is over, but this is far from being the case with the American Revolution. On the contrary, nothing but the first act of the great drama is closed. In his address, he encouraged Americans to come forward and continue advancement on behalf of America. Furthermore, he did not support slavery, and he went as far as to call out the true people that were harboring slaves, and that was Britain. Rush felt that the United States was the work of God. I do not believe that the Constitution was the offspring of inscription, but I am as perfectly satisfied that the Union of the United States in its form and adoption is as much the work of a divine providence as any of the miracles recorded in the Old and New Testament. In 1798, after the Constitution's adoption, Rush declared the only foundation for a useful education in a republic is to be laid in religion. Without this, there can be no virtue, and without virtue, there can be no liberty. And liberty is the object and life of all republican governments. So, very clear, and he's very clear in who are the people that want slaves. It was Britain. So even though our founders were fighting against all this and even fighting with each other, the true people that were the problem, again, went back to the crown of England. Because who took over the crown of England? The Roman Empire. It just became the new form of the Roman Empire. And what is the Roman Empire most known for? Their killing of Jesus Christ. Well, they're crucifying Jesus Christ, not killing him. So, and I've said before myself that the documents, the Constitution, it's really like they were written with the hand of God. That's how important it is to stand for this country. That's how important it is for the enemies of this country to stand and say, or they chant death to America. Because what they're saying is death to God. They are, because this country was founded under the values of Jesus Christ. You don't have to like that. You can ignore that. You can lie to yourself as much as you want and tell yourself this didn't matter to the founders. Yes, it did. All of this mattered. The values of Jesus Christ mattered to the founders of this country. They were not about slavery. They were about freedom. But Britain, the slave owners, were still keeping their control here and doing it mostly through the universities. That's expanded since then. But it's important for people to recognize that you do not want to be calling for the death of this country. And you shouldn't want to stand with special interest groups because it doesn't align with our founding fathers.